Happiness, joy, bliss, pleasure, all words that describe the feeling we get when an experience or activity makes us feel good. Happiness is a basic emotion. Even as a baby, we have the ability to feel joy. In fact, there may not be any other time in our lives when we felt a more pure or contented joy. Happiness can come in many forms. We can feel a sense of happiness by being with loved ones, by eating our favorite foods, or by setting and achieving goals. We even share in feeling happiness when we witness others are experiencing happiness themselves. Happiness can be derived from even the smallest gesture. But why do we enjoy the feeling of enjoyment? The simple answer is, because it makes us feel good. We get a sense of pleasure when we are happy. And everyone wants to feel good. It may sound silly, but feeling bad is bad, and feeling good is good. Going back to basics, the physical act of happiness happens primarily in the brain. Chemicals are released in our brain and body that make us feel good. The main four are serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. Each of these chemicals actually relate to the differing types of happiness that we can feel. Serotonin is the leadership hormone, heavily related to pride, loyalty, and status. It also plays a part in regulating mood, cognition, reward, learning, and memory. It even regulates some physiological processes such as vomiting. Approximately 90% of the serotonin that the body produces is in the intestinal tract. Higher serotonin levels increase feelings of well-being, confidence, and belonging. Dopamine is the motivator. It drives us to complete tasks and achieve goals, informally known as the reward molecule. Your body releases dopamine as part of the reward system, after intimacy or a good meal, or when you've reached a goal. It is a short-term feel-good chemical, that in some people, can have an addictive quality. Oxytocin is the love hormone. Oxytocin makes us social, and builds relationships with trust and loving feelings. Oxytocin is also crucial to childbirth, breastfeeding, and parent-child bonding. Oxytocin plays a long-term role, providing feelings of calm, safety, and trust. It helps us create deep friendships, fall in love, and build passionate relationships. When you give a friend a hug, cuddle with your partner, or engage in intimacy, oxytocin benefits both you and your partner. Endorphins are the natural painkiller. But endorphins don't just relieve pain, they also enhance pleasure. They're part of the reward system along with dopamine and are released during eating, drinking, exercise, and intimacy. They're also the reason that exercise has been shown to help reduce depression. But like dopamine, they are only a short-term high. These pleasure-inducing chemicals are subconsciously released into our system when needed. In fact, you could say our brains have been wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This carrot-and-stick approach has evolved over millennia to protect us from that which may harm us, and to promote behavior that is beneficial to our survival. This simple evolutionary reward system has played a major role in dictating the path of human endeavors. It can be argued that it is the primary motivation behind all great works of art, invention, and commerce. Without this craving to seek out activities that result in pleasure, the human race may never have advanced and reached the heights we have today. It also has far-reaching implications in our day-to-day lives. On a subconscious level, it can dictate many of the decisions we make, and the activities we perform. As an example, we consume media for enjoyment. Whether we are viewing a movie, attending a play, seeing a documentary, examining a painting, singing along to music, listening to a podcast, or watching a simple YouTube video, we do it because it brings us joy. Whatever the medium, it engages parts of our brain, neurons are activated, and a multitude of chemicals are released, and the pleasant sensation is felt. Sports is another activity that we can derive great pleasure from, whether it be through watching or playing. The reason? Once again, it is because of the pleasurable chemicals released into our bodies. From the endorphins released when we engage in physical activity, to the rush of adrenaline that comes with winning or achieving a personal best. Feelings of excitement, sense of belonging, and pleasure of a shared experience, when we watch our favorite team play. In general, sports can be an excellent means of releasing pleasurable chemicals in the body, and bringing happiness and thrill to our lives. Artists also get a huge sense of joy from performing to fans. The feeling that an artist gets from an appreciative crowd is regularly described as being better than a drug, and also as addictive. Work also gives us another way to feel good. Even if we don't enjoy working, we do it to earn money. Money can be then used to buy the things we like. Think of money as an abstraction to the end goal of pleasure. For some, it may even be the accumulation of money in itself that gives them the joy they desire. And for some, money can also lead to the attainment of power, and power can be a very strong source of serotonin and dopamine.
In America, first you get the sugar, then you get the power, then you get the women.
Homer!
The sense of self-worth and control that power can bring is hugely pleasurable to many people. Think of the phrase drunk with power, or when someone has been given a position of importance and they start acting differently, we say the power has gone to their head. This is an accurate description. For these people, the power has indeed changed the chemistry in their brain, and they now crave the feeling it gives them.
You can't win. You can't beat me. That's why I'm here and you're there.
Intimacy and sex are also a direct means for pleasure to many people. Whilst short-term sex gives a short-term high, falling in love or being in a loving and committed relationship is widely regarded as one of the most powerful and intensely pleasurable forms of happiness. This overwhelming feeling of contentment and joy that the love-struck often feel serves a primal need. The blissful and joyful emotion that individuals in love often experience serves a fundamental need. The primary objective of a species is to perpetuate itself, and by making mating a pleasurable experience, the species attracts more willing participants and strengthens its population. This ensures the survival and continuation of the species. And then when a baby is born, the maternal instinct in humans ensures the health and well-being of offspring, by promoting nurturing behaviors such as feeding, protection, and care. This instinct is hardwired into a parent's brain, and helps ensure the survival and development of the child. The maternal instinct is a crucial aspect of human biology and evolution, and plays a significant role in the healthy growth and upbringing of the next generation. It is true to say that humans are the most intelligent of all the animals. This intelligence, however, comes with a price. With our great intelligence, we have found shortcuts to bypass the journey to pleasure and happiness. Why engage in physical activity for an endorphin boost, when you can simply take a pill? Why spend time with others to feel good, when you can drink or snort your way to instant pleasure? Drugs provide a convenient and fast way to feel good, but this intense pleasure has a cost. As the saying goes, what goes up, must come down. An unbiased examination of our own lives, and of those around us, will reveal that drug use, in some form or another, is more common than we may want to admit. It is readily noticeable, when you take a moment to observe the long queues outside coffee shops in the mornings, groups of smokers congregating outside workplaces during lunchtime, to the raucous gatherings at bars after work. All these individuals are partaking in a socially acceptable use of legalized drugs and chemicals. For most, this temporary boost is enough to alleviate the stresses of daily life. However, for a small fraction of the population, these milder substances may prove inadequate, prompting them to turn to harder drugs, such as heroin, cocaine, or an abuse of prescription medications. Unfortunately, many find the respite provided by these drugs is fleeting, and the need for more and more drugs grows stronger, eventually leading to addiction, which ironically causes more pain. It is worth keeping in mind that simply blaming the individual for their addiction ignores the bigger picture, as there are many who will willingly exploit a person's desire for happiness by using psychological triggers to lure them into a quick and easy path to happiness. A drug dealer who preys on an addict's dependence is an obvious example, but other forms of addiction, such as gambling, are just as destructive, and the companies that profit from them are often overlooked. Casinos, racing and betting agencies make massive profits from hardcore gamblers, and they will use advanced psychological tactics and incentives to encourage them to continue gambling. But perhaps the most insidious form of manipulation is practiced by social media companies, which spend millions of dollars researching the most effective ways to keep users scrolling and addicted to likes and retweets. All to keep us, the users, fed a steady stream of advertisements, making these companies billions of dollars in profits. These individuals and groups share a willingness to capitalize on the innate human desire to seek happiness and pleasure. While it may initially appear benign, to help others find joy, the real cause for concern lies in the creation and cultivation of a habit-forming environment by these corporations. Through the manipulation and encouragement of our eternal pursuit for happiness. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you found this video informative and enjoyable. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, so that you can stay updated about our upcoming videos. In the next video, we'll delve into the intriguing topic of money and power, examining individuals who have amassed immense wealth and how they acquired it. We're excited to share it with you. Until next time, stay safe, and never stop learning.